random disclaimer.
Hey, don't do anything that I say in this song, okay? It's fucking fiction. If anything happens, don't fucking blame me, white America. Fuck Bill O'Reilly.
It's contraband.
I knew that 22 was still much for your taste. Wear the peace on your side like it won't waste. I'm surprised if you did not pay a wicked price. Naive to the world, just a bit too nice.
Welcome to my video, I'm ChewFan. Is anime really an entertainment medium, or is it Japan's ultimate weapon against the West? Follow me in this video and figure out what anime truly is. The date, 1941, December 7th. The place, Pearl Harbor, U.S. Naval Base, Honolulu, Hawaii. The Japanese forces deployed a sneak attack over the base. Over 20 American naval vessels, 8 battleships, and 300 airplanes was destroyed and or damaged. Over 2,400 people was killed in this attack and 1,000 wounded. The next day after the attack, President Frederick D. Roosevelt asked Congress to declare war on Japan. As a result of this, Japanese immigrants and people of Japanese descent was told to go into internment camps. The internment camp was established in 1942 to 1945 during World War II by Frederick D. Roosevelt. According to the policy of the United States government, people of Japanese descent would have been interred in isolated camps. Some people liken the internment camps to concentration camps like in Nazi Germany. The internment camps were one of the most atrocious violations of American civil rights in the 20th century. The War of Japan, or the Pacific War, had 5 key events. These events were the Pearl Harbor incident, the Battle of Midway, the Battle of Iwo Jima, the Battle of Hong Kong, and the Doolittle Raid. Since I went in detail in the Pearl Harbor incident, let's just skip right into the Doolittle Raid. The Doolittle Raid, also known as the Tokyo Raid, was an attack on Japan's capital, Tokyo, and other places on the island of Honshu. The raid happened on April 18, 1942, almost a couple months after the bombing on Pearl Harbor. The attack demonstrated that Japan's mainland was vulnerable to United States air attacks. The attack was planned and led by Lieutenant Colonel James Jimmy Doolittle of the United States Army Air Force, hence the name Doolittle Raid. The summer of 1945 marked the Japanese forces' defeat in the war. They surrendered because of their naval and air forces were destroyed. The intensive bombing of their cities left their country and economy in shambles. By the end of June, America had captured Okinawa. Now I know you're wondering, what happened after the defeat? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, after the defeat of Japan, the United States led the occupation and the rehabilitation of the Japanese state. During this rehabilitation, the economy saw a resurgence called the economic miracle. The economic miracle can be broken up into these 4 stages. The recovery, 1946 to 1954. The high increase, 1955 to 1972. The steady increase, 1972 to 1992. And the low increase, 1992 to 2017. During the recovery stage in 1951, a man named Osamu Tezuka created the most influential character in anime history, Atom Boy, or in the West, Astro Boy. This was a true milestone in anime history. The year is 1951. Astro Boy is one of the biggest milestones in anime history. And 7 years later, 1958, Toei Animation was established. And 10 more years, Toei Animation has created the first colored anime, The Tale of the White Serpent, or released to the West as Panda and the Magic Serpent. Now let's fast forward to what some would call the golden era of anime, the 1980s, where some of the most influential anime was introduced. For example, Mobile Suit Gundam in 1979 and Dragon Ball in 1986. During the golden age of anime, there was also some breathtaking animated movies, such as 1985's Angel Egg and Grave of the Fireflies, which was based off real events of the war. After the golden era of anime, we have seen the 90s, which people have dubbed the Renaissance era or the second golden era of anime. And during this era, we saw such classics as Cowboy Bebop, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Dragon Ball's sequel, Dragon Ball Z. All these shows and more has sparked a cultural phenomenon in the West. As the 90s was a golden year for Japanese animation, it was also the beginning of a dark future for the West. During the first golden age, the Japanese government noticed a surge in popularity from this fairly new medium called anime. So they hatched a plan to see if this anime thing would bear fruit in the West. Now we're back in the 90s where the cultural phenomenon happened, and the Japanese government is now ecstatic because their plan is now in motion. What is this plan, you may ask? To destroy the West with anime. Now I know you're asking, how is anime going to destroy the West? Well, the plan was to make anime so good it was going to turn everybody into otakus, or what I like to call them, weebs. After they became a weeb, the person lose all sex appeal and won't be able to produce offspring, bringing the West population down, meaning no troops to stop the incoming invasion. But their plan backfired, and now Japan's birth rate is almost always in the negatives. But I have a feeling that the ultimate weapon isn't done with the West yet. The weapon's effect is finally hitting the West, but definitely than what the Japanese expected. Most males are not losing their virginity as the Japanese had expected, but they're becoming beta male cucks. And some may say that is worse. If things keep on going on like this, the beta males and the fucking incels will fucking defeat the Chads. And then Japan would just swoop in with their systems and their body pillows and just give them to the incels and the beta cucks for America. And if you want to keep them happy for a long time, you gotta give them sex robots. Wait. They caught on to me. Don't let this message fail. Don't let this message